The silent visitor. The moment Erin opened her eyes, she knew something was wrong. The room was soaked in darkness, save for the faint green glow of her alarm clock. 3:13 a.m. Her chest felt heavy, like an invisible weight was pressing her into the mattress. She tried to move her arm, her fingers, even her toes, but nothing responded. Her body wasn't hers anymore. Her breath hitched as she realized she couldn't even turn her head. Panic swelled in her throat and her ears buzzed with the sound of her own racing heartbeat. Then it came, the sound she always dreaded during these episodes. A faint shuffling noise, like bare feet dragging across the carpet. Her eyes strained toward the doorway, the only part of her she could move. At first the shadows there seemed still, harmless, but then they rippled. Something stepped forward, a tall, black figure with elongated limbs and a face she couldn't quite make out, as though it were blurred or smudged. Its head tilted unnaturally to the side, as though trying to understand her. The sound of static filled her ears, buzzing louder and louder. Her chest tightened further, her lungs barely able to drag in air. The figure stepped closer, its legs bending at impossible angles, each movement jerky and deliberate. It stopped at the edge of her bed, towering over her, its face now visible, completely blank, as though someone had erased every feature. Then came the voice, deep, guttural, and echoing inside her head. "You're awake." The pressure on her chest grew unbearable as its hands, long, clawed, and black as coal, slowly reached down. They hovered just above her throat, its touch icy without even making contact. She felt her vision blur as the buzzing in her ears turned to a low, deafening roar. Erin's eyes burned with tears, her whole body trembling inside its frozen shell. She tried to scream, to make any sound at all, but her lips wouldn't part. The thing leaned closer until its faceless head was inches from hers and it whispered, soft and cruel, "This is mine now." The moment its claws grazed her skin, she woke with a jolt, gasping and sobbing, her body finally free. The room was still and quiet, but when she turned to look at the doorway, the shadows there weren't as still as they should have been.